do want to discuss how we can help poor people abroad. Joined now by Andy McAllister, who is the founder of Water4Ethiopia, and I think you work in Canary Wharf, don't you, Andy?
That's right, Kevin. A bit of tale of two halves, really, but definitely doing what we can with Water4Ethiopia and to help the situation out there in Ethiopia at the moment.
Explain in practical terms, Andy, what you do and what it means.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've set up Water4Ethiopia. I'm 25, and I set up Water4Ethiopia 2 years ago. What we do is we raise funds here in the UK to send over to Ethiopia. We send 100% of the money raised over here to the Ethiopia, and we then construct projects in Ethiopia to provide clean water, and in many cases water, to the Ethiopian population. So we construct hand-dug wells, capped springs, and deep wells in order to provide the infrastructure to be in place so that these problems don't happen year after year out in Ethiopia. One of the surprising things that many people are shocked by is, I'll ask you this, Kevin, how much do you think it costs to give one Ethiopian clean water for 1 year?
A tenner.
A tenner, okay. I had a quote of £100 earlier today. All it costs to give one Ethiopian clean water for 1 year is 25 pence.
Yeah, so I was out by 400 or something.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're not talking
40.
the world here, and that's how we really can make a difference. There's an estimated 250,000 children dying each year in Ethiopia from just drinking unclean water. There's illnesses such as bronchitis, tonsillitis, sickness, malaria, and an illness that people don't think enough about, and that's diarrhea. Diarrhea is the world's global biggest killer out there. And 88% of diarrhea cases, according to the World Health Organization, are caused by an inadequate availability of water. So those are some of the situations that we've got going on out in Ethiopia, and the problems we're trying to solve here in the UK.
Andy, why do you think there is this backlash over the government giving money through international development? Because it wasn't like that. Go back to the 90s when Labour made a big deal out of it. The country was on its side. David Cameron changed the Conservative Party position. I remember Boris Johnson, now the London mayor, arguing for it. And yet, public opinion has certainly swung against.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's several things here. I mean, primarily, I think one of the biggest things is everyone across the world is feeling this recession that we've been going through at the moment. Interest rates at record lows forever. That just describes how severe the recession has been. So I think it's hurt everyone. Everyone's had to cut back, both, in the UK and abroad. And I think, therefore, people are just being a bit more aware of the excess money that they've got, or they're struggling to pay the bills, and I think that's probably hitting people here in the UK hard. But I think one of the biggest issues, and it's been uncovered, I think, as an actual fault of the UK government, is this element of trust out there. People no longer seem to trust each other as much. You had the MP's expenses scandal. You can no longer trust the UK government. And what people are saying is, if you can't trust the UK government, how are you going to help and trust a government, a non-government organisation out in somewhere like Ethiopia? And I think that's the biggest battle that, as the founder of Water4Ethiopia, we've got to overcome. And we're able to do that in a really good way, actually. And what we do, not only do 100% the donations go to Ethiopia, but we actually give the donors a specific project. So they know that at the moment we're currently fundraising for a project in Gura Furda in the Bench Margi zone in Ethiopia. So they know that their donations will go and help a specific group of people, specific community in Ethiopia. And I think that's the way that charities need to go. I think we need to, in order to get the UK population on board more with the development issues, we need to start being more specific. Where's this money getting spent, and who is it actually going to benefit?
Do you find that people are questioning your charity the way they question the government?
Absolutely. We're getting questioned. I was at Camden High School for Girls earlier on today. I met with 8 prefects and 2 teachers. And one of the questions I was asked is, well, how can you make sure 100% goes to Ethiopia? And I was asked about some colour handouts I was giving to the pupils, and the teacher said, how are you affording these colour handouts? And the great thing about it is people actually, when they get on board with our charity, they are being incredibly kind. And I was talking to the manager. I won't mention the name of the firm, but a well-known printing firm, shall we say, in the UK, and they just did the printing for us for free. So we can get people on board, but they've got to be open to our ideas and given a little amount of trust, and then we can really show them where their money is being spent.
Okay, lovely. Andy, thanks very much. That's Andy McAllister, who is the founder of Water4Ethiopia, and good luck to all power to your elbow. You're digging, if it's 25p, can give clean water for a year to someone in Ethiopia.